G'day! Today is the day that I start the wide body from Vicrez. Come out here, you'll see where I've taped on the bracket. Lined it up. I'm going to be putting 5 screws there. The one thing that I want to point out here is that I learned from AudioCat on his YouTube channel. He does these installations. He suggested JB Weld. You just take that out of the tube. It's just in a tube. It's like a little, it's like putty. You just squeeze it around and then you tuck it into these little lines here. Every few inches. The reason for doing that is a lot of people are worried about it not sticking to the side of the fender. We use two-way tape. Now the two-way tape will be able to bond onto that a lot easier. So that's the reasoning for that. This will clip on to the bottom part. So we're not going to have a problem with that because that's screwed down. It's going to be up here where we have to get it to stick. I went out and bought really good 3M automotive two-way tape. We're going to try that first and let's hope that works. See here, I have the tape peeled off a little bit. It's so whenever you put your little rivets in to hold it on, you're able to pull that off and push it up against the body right here. Which reminds me, I need to always make sure to do rubbing alcohol here first, because that's where your two-way tape's going to be sticking on. Just want to add that in, just so you guys know that whenever this is clipped on to here, you're not reaching behind trying to get the two-way tape off, which is going to be almost impossible. So yeah, I would say just try to have a little string pulled off so you can pull it and then push down and apply it on. Okay, here we are again. I've put the JB Weld. I have the two-way tape. It's only on a little piece here. We have our two holes. Whenever you look at the bottom of the panel, this is at the back wheel, passenger side. There's two little rivets. Well, not rivets, but it's the pull-out push pins. Pull those out. You'll need a screwdriver. Once you get those out, you just have to line this up between those two holes, and in between there's that slit, so it's going to line up inside. Just like that. I'll be putting in the 2 pins. Then just pushing that on, and that's how that applies. That's an easy one. Got the bottom piece on. Lots of dust down there. But like I said, it's only those 2 clips, and then you put some two-way tape on that side that you did the JB Weld. Okay, I'm back at it here. As I said earlier, you have to take off these buttons here. Across here, and if you have mud flap, get that off. Once you have that off, you're gonna have to get your piece that's going to be going here. Also, you need your bottom piece. The bottom piece helps hold that one on because this has 3 holes here. These 3 holes are going to be used right down there. There's little pin spots, and what I did on the other side is I drilled a little hole and put the pin through there to hold it on too. It helped a lot. Now, things that I suggest that I've said in the other video is the JB Weld, plastic weld. Might be repeating myself, but what I'm using that for is here. Usually it's just little lines, but once you put this in here, let it dry for like maybe 10 hours or overnight. It'd be hard plastic then. Then whenever you put your two-way tape, it's going to stick on to this area. Now, what I'm using is just rubbing alcohol and just a cloth, and I wipe it off just in case you have waxes or anything that's oils on the car and that's going to prevent it from sticking. This is the stuff that they provide with the kit. I don't believe it's 3M. I've been using that for the under pieces, the pieces that I will be screwing in, just to stick, plus whenever you screw it in, it'll just be underneath to keep it from scratching and rubbing on the body. What I would recommend and what I'm using is this 3M Auto Advanced Super Strength Molding Tape. You can order that. I ordered it on Amazon. You're going to need at least 4 to 5 of those rolls though. But so far it's been holding. With this trick, like I said, the JB weld. Some tools that you need is, well, the drill. You will need cutters. You're not cutting anything, but you just want to cut out. You may have to cut out these the buttons or the pins that are in here. When I went on Amazon, I just ordered new ones. They're just these. You can get them in packs of 10. That'll just push in right into this this hole here, which is right there. So that's what's going to hold that on. This one is held on by this bracket. That's my next thing going on. That's going to be put on there like that and then screwed in. So this piece right here will be clipped into that, and this will be clipped to the body. So there's no problems with that loosening up. Okay, so I'm going to move on to that, and I'll show you how it goes. Thanks. Okay, I'm on to the next step. This is the bracket that's going to be going here. You will be screwing that in, but you have to put two-way tape on it. I put the two-way tape on first, then you can clip this into here, like that, and you want to line this up to look good. So that's why I'm keeping the two-way tape like that right now. So then whenever you line it up, it's going to stick on. Something like that. Alright. Once you get that placed, then you're going to know where it's going to be sitting. Right about there. So then what my idea is to unclip it off with a screwdriver. There it goes. There we go. Voila. Now you know where it's lined up, and you put the screws in to clip it on. Alright, I have the bracket attached now with the two-way tape in behind with 2 screws. One thing that I would suggest is, since you have lots of two-way tape, like I suggested to have, put it on the top and the bottom. Since it's two-way tape, it's going to sit in between. If there's any rubbing or bouncing on it, it's just foam with tape. It's going to stick it together. The adhesive is going to hold it more. Also at the bottom, because here, this will actually stick onto it if I had it the right way. This will be like that, and then this will stick to the bottom of here also. It'll give a grip. Now I just put those 2 pins in there. I just want to show you what it looks like. It's very dusty down here. I'm going to have to do rubbing alcohol. But see how it lines up here? It's going to tape down here onto it. I have ZL1 add-ons. Side splitters, and this is the back piece. What I'm going to do there is just screw it in. It's going to secure it even more. You could also probably just, if you have troubles with it not going, you could actually put a small black screw there. It probably would hold it on tighter. It wouldn't come loose. So the next piece is going to be the center. Remember I said that I have the two-way tape in between on both sides? That's to stop it from bouncing and rubbing and chipping the paint. Also, it's to keep it applied and keep it stuck in there to keep it more secure. There's lots of security on this side, but my concern is over in this area where the two-way tape is. But I think with this being so secure, having this bracket and this taped here and here, holding it, it'll keep it secure. So I'm going to move on to installing that. Okay, so I have the first pin in there, or the plug, or button, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, see where I got to here? I can tuck it in, but this piece of plastic is rubbing up against it. So I'd suggest just trimming off a little bit, just off here, so it lines up good, because other than that, it'll click right in. And that's on the back quarter panel. So here it is, like I just explained, the two-way tape is on this side, underneath here, across here, plus that bracket is screwed in. I kept this loose down here still, because I want to have some leeway if I have to adjust this. I don't have enough hands to hold the camera while I'm going to adjust this, but I just want to point it out how I'm doing this. What I'm going to do is just line this up to here, hold it nice and straight, make sure this lined up, peel this off, and apply it on. And that should be it for that, for it to be attached. So here we go. I ended up putting in that centerpiece. Lined up pretty good. So like I was explaining, I didn't have hands to hold everything, but I pushed it in. Then what I did is I just lined this up, pushed it in also. And because I have ZL1 add-ons splitter here, I had to apply my screws, dirty under there. See that screw right there? And here, that doesn't have to go along with the wide body kit, but I have that already. I guess if you didn't have that splitter and you were having troubles with this piece not adjusting, you could sneak a screw, underneath here and no one would ever see it. Right here where I said the tape goes, it's the only spot I can notice. And it's not that bad. We're from the bottom here looking. There's a lot of dirt. But see a little gap in between here? You could put black silicone in between there. It would fill it in. Or you could just put a screw. We'll see what I do with that. But anyway, that's the completion of the back part of the wide body kit. Sorry that the car is so dirty. There we go. Just completed the other side of the wide body kit. Here's a little look of it from this angle. I think it's looking pretty mean. Let me get up here, I'll show you the other side. Sorry. I'm making part 2 of the install video tonight. Should be on the YouTube channel sometime tonight or tomorrow. That'll be concluding the back part of the wide body kit install. I think it's looking pretty good. And that's with the two-way tape. I'll let you know how that goes and how long it stays stuck on for. But with a couple of the techniques, with using a couple screws, the two-way tape in some other areas, think it's going to work out good. I had to do a little walk around. I got the first half of the wide body done. I got the back fenders done. I'll show you the other side. And that's a Vicrez Demon Widebody Kit. And also the Vox Hellcat Widebody2 wheels, 11-inch all the way around, 305s all the way around. There's a link in my bio to go to my YouTube channel. I will have an install video for it. Also, I have to finish the front fenders now. That'll be next.